It is red. Okay. So now,
You got 5 minutes.
so I'm up now. We got GitHub, that's the first one. And I'm clicking the tabs, the tab. The second one that I'm going to go to is going to be the GH pages. The third one that I'm going to go to will be the Start Bootstrap website. And the fourth website that I'm going to go to will be my own website. Okay?
So we got GitHub, GH pages,
And my website. So those are the web pages that I have open right now. Make sure I got this done right.
You said 5.
5.
Oh, yeah, 3.
That's 4.
Yeah.
4.
Okay, I see.
When we actually open up the lesson where it says downloads, there is a sheet here, the adult creating the website. That would be the 5th one. Okay? All right, so since I didn't, and I just kind of did it as a back page so you can get here. Okay? Also, part of the lesson outline, well, the lesson outline that you can look at is here as well. And we are just going to start off with our review from last week's lesson and where we actually learned a new GitHub process and then with the execute the outline which was located on my website, lesson 2, and we created a new Bootstrap website. Those were our processes. So that's the lesson plan. It's located here. It's pretty much straightforward. Even our lesson plan itself, the lesson 2 for our second website that we're going to create is pretty more straightforward. I don't know how many of you actually took the opportunity to go and play with the web page or what have you. Did anybody go and play with it?
I couldn't get my image to come
You couldn't get your image to come up?
Yes, that's
up.
Let's see. So we're going to be on lesson 2.
We're going to be on lesson 2.
I'm trying to be pretty good.
And we're taking notes first, right?
Yes. I'm glad you remembered that. And one of the processes that I'm going to do, that I'm asking you to do is, as far as when we go through the process, something that I'm trying to incorporate into my teaching habits, and I hope you incorporate this into your learning habits, is I'm going to talk, demonstrate, then ask you to do it. That way we have questions, we're all on the same page. Because if you try to do it while I'm doing it, you're bound to get lost. If you ask your neighbor to help you while we're going through a process, sooner or later, both of y'all going to be lost. So we're going to incorporate that strategy, and I would hope that, what's the website was again? Computer Village. Oh, it's St. Louis, right?
Yeah. We're talking about YouTube.
Dash. I mean, man, I keep telling y'all, my brain is screwed. It's fried, died, and laid to the side. St. Louis. It's .org, right?
I can tell you about
Man, you give me all that information. I'm just telling you. Give it to me. And see, you would have been right. Because, see, now it's telling me, I did something wrong. Oh, that's what I did wrong. See what happened? Somebody got a little bird going off. I'm going to give you all a minute to, is everybody where I'm at? Or do I need a minute? I'm ready to move forward.
I'm not
G.
Next page.
I'm not messed up. Should be Okay. And you don't have to do this one. This is just for my knuckleheadness. I can't do that. I can't allow nobody else to do it. I can't do it. Website, this one. I need that. I need this. That.
Say what?
Okay.
Yeah, get up.
Here we go. That's what I want to know. Okay. So this is showing. I hate that there's no light right there. That's why it's so dark. Probably should put the light there instead of the microphone. Can you hear it? Okay. I said it's dark. It's dark because there's no light.
Oh.
There's no light. It's filming what actual light is there. Okay. This one's saying alive here.
You on the exact page? I want to
Huh? I went to, this player is located on computer's website. Okay. That's how I know. All right. So I'm on the GitHub page. First things first. I've created these two web pages. We've gone through the process. We got personal. The first personal web page that we created, it looked like this. This is one that we were working with, where I put my name there. That's what we did as a class. Secondly, I went back here to personal one, and I walked through it again, where I actually did it. I did it with a red sidebar. Okay? Now, I'm going to do it again, because and one of the things that I'm going to really want you guys to do as well, you need to practice using GitHub. So, the first thing that we have to do is, I'm going to go back to where I started. I'm going to create a new repository. All of us have GitHub. We're going to create a new repository. And so we're going to click New Repository. So if everybody could do that for me right now. New Repository. These same instructions are on lesson 2, the download. So those of you who didn't download it, you could have downloaded it. And if you can do a split screen, you can. And you could have actually just cascaded it and write notes to it. So the first thing that I have is in my username, which is in Curlette. And remember how I got it spelled. I got it spelled with a capital N. That capital N, I have to remember that because me being in the habit of writing emails, I will do a lowercase n. So you have to write it exactly how it is written on your repository page. Okay? The next thing, so repository name, just so that we're all on the same page, I'm going to name this one Personal 3. If all of you could name yours Personal 3. And let's do them with lowercase. That way it'll be easy for us to identify any errors. So Personal 3. You should get a green check. You should get a green check. Everybody got Personal 3 and a green check?
Yes, sir.
Oh, push in.
No, all you gotta do is type it in. So you don't have a green check.
Still loading up. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, it's okay. As long as it's loaded. Okay? Give it a second. So you can watch what I'm doing, because I'm going to be showing some key points right now. Here is the description. Don't do anything yet. In the description is where you can write a single line describing what your web page is based upon. Here, we are, and you don't have to do it yet, revising our personal web page. That's all it is, a simple little description.
You put page up, so go back to space.
Thank you. Okay? We're revising our personal web page. Okay? So a little simple description. And you know what? I'm gonna put that R back because I'm gonna show you how to fix that, make an error. Let me put that R back so I can show you how to fix that if you make an error in your description. So here you have public, private. Public is open source. Private means I want to have control and upgrade my account. You have to pay for it. Okay? We're creating a public account. So yes, for those of you who want to be have a little more security on you, for lack of a better term, who wants to be a little more control of it, you can do a private account. Now, can anybody see this public account? This is GitHub. Yes. It's open source. Here it says initialize this repository with a README. If we were doing the first type of web page that we did, when we went to the template and it did launch the page and it came out, we had a fully functional web page, and all we had to do was edit it first with a WYSIWYG or right there with the so-called text editor that it gave, where it looked like a Word document. Yes, we would initialize this repository with a README. But since we are getting another template that has its own READMEs, no, we will not be initializing the README. This is very important because if you initialize it, that means we're going to have to do some unnecessary deleting along the way. Is that okay? So everyone, if you haven't done the description, do the description please, public, and then after that, we're going to click the button, create repository. Take it off auto and put it on manual. On the side, on the side.
This one.
Yeah, you see auto manual, A and an M.
Oh, down here.
Yes.
Put on auto.
Huh. It wasn't on manual.
What's on that?
Okay, auto should tighten up better. It's a little blurry. Okay. All right. Is everybody there? Can I click create repository?
Sure.
Okay. So we're going to click create repository. Now we click the create repository. And there are some items we want to do. Now some of you do not have a certain setup on your page. Some of you do not have the GitHub cat. So we're going to have to go to and we're going to have to go in and type in GitHub desktop. See where it says desktop github.com? That's the website we're going to. desktop.github.com. So if we click that website, you're going to get this view. So if you could, here it is, https://desktop.github.com. You need to go to this website. If you already have the desktop application on your computer, you do not need to do this step. For those of you who do not have the little cat, I think it's just a few of you. But it's good to know, because if you want to put this on another computer, you need this process. Because you have the desktop application on this computer does not mean that it will be on another computer. Is it okay for me to move forward? Yes? Okay. If you don't have it, where it says download GitHub desktop, you will click this blue button if you have Windows. Okay? If you have a Windows computer, which most of you do, you click this button. Once you click this button, and I can click it because I'm not adding anything, it will come up GitHub setup. You want to save it to your computer. And once you save it, see I already have it, so I don't need to resave it. But once you click it and save it, it will begin the process of the exe file, the exe file, executable file, and it will perform the process of putting the GitHub desktop on your computer. So if you don't have it,
You should install it now.
you should install it now. It is going to take a minute for it to install, but once it installs, we will be able to go to the next process. I don't need this, so I'm going to cancel it, okay? Once you install it, you have it installed, it says it will come up next. We're going to have a window that's going to come down. We're going to get to this point right here where we're going to create the project. It's going to have these looks. It's going to have these looks. GitHub is an awesome way for us to be able to move information from the internet to our desktop and back up to the internet, and we won't lose any files. It's a great way for us to have computer to the internet collaboration. Okay, you got a question? That's okay. That's okay. We're getting there.
Okay.
Stay there. Okay, Barbara, are you with us?
I'm installing.
Okay, so Barbara's is installing. Once we get there, I'm getting ready to go there now. Okay, just stay where you at. Okay, so it's installing. We've done this page. We've done this page. I won't need this page anymore, so I'm going to close this window. I don't need to see me on YouTube. This is us in the past now. So here, I'm back here to GitHub. The next step in the process will be for us to go to set up in desktop. Set up in desktop.
It's still on protocol.
No, no. We're going right here. You see where we have the code? Here's our page.
Let's click on set up in desktop, and this is where you can't go wrong.
Okay. When we click set up in desktop, I'm going to click that button. Oh, okay, this is what you're reading. Okay, you don't do that. I told you I was a teacher, but I have issues. Okay. This is what we want. We want this box. Once we get this box, Barbara, are you there yet?
Yes.
Once we get this box, we want to launch application. So we will click launch application.
Wait, I didn't get the box. I thought you wanted to just
Once
have
you
us
click
click
it,
set desktop.
once you click it, it don't go.
Just wait on. Okay, did you do this?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Mm-hmm. It's right here.
Did this all?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the
Yeah,
cat.
yeah.
Well, you already have the
Yeah, but that just happened.
cat. Okay.
Let
I
me
want
run
you,
it.
I want you to open it.
Okay.
It'll open. It'll open once, okay, watch me, I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
Okay. Once you've done that, and it opened, you should, mine is taking a little bit, it may be open. There it is, right there. It took a minute, but it is now about to open the desktop information for us to work with. So it says, no repository selected. So it's saying I have no repository selected. It's thinking. And this window will come up. Once you have it, says browser folder. You see where GitHub is highlighted? It's okay. That's what we want. We just want to click OK. You notice it highlighted automatically Personal 3. Personal 3 is highlighted now. So far, so good. So we're not done. What I need you to do now is go back to the intranet. We're going to go back on the internet. Remember, we got all these windows open, correct? We're going to go to Start Bootstrap, And we selected a theme. And what we're going to do, we're going to browse. We're going to view all themes and templates. I'm going to click the red button. And it's going to open up a new page that says all templates. And we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to the web page, the Bootstrap sidebar template that says simple sidebar. Is everybody at simple? Yes.
I had a question. When this pop up and get open, it don't give me the thing of GitHub. Would it be up on? Let me see. Desktop. When it said no pop up, now you get the little box you said.
Right.
Mine didn't say GitHub.
GitHub app.
Did you wait on it? You see how long it took for mine to come over, correct? I waited a minute for mine to come over. I didn't click anything, I just waited.
Yes. Your personal street couple?
You have a cat?
She got the cat, she got the whole thing, but you had your 3 and she never pulled up stuff to the desktop on the website. That's why I was
Okay.
pushing up that for you.
Okay.
Oh, no, okay.
So, are you, what?
I was gonna restart because it wasn't working now, so let's restart it. It's okay, I'm restarting the whole computer, I'll catch up to you.
Okay. So now, we have the sidebar. She with us?
Well, I'll tell her to keep taking her notes so far right now, so we keep on
Okay.
going
You
up.
do the same.
Yes.
Okay? So we're in the personal sidebar. I'm going to click preview sidebar. This is what it looks like. It says preview. And I can do the live view. So I want everybody to click preview sidebar. And now, some of you know what it looks like, but those of you don't, we're going to click live preview. This is what the page looks like when it will be live on your computer. That live preview, we will go, and you can see as we hover, and all the buttons work. This is all this page is. No more, no less. So that's what the preview looks like. Just going to go back, and I'm going to click, we're going to click download. We're going to click download. So we're going to download this source. So when we click download, I'm going to click it, and we're going to pick a spot for it to download. My suggestion is to put it in the My Documents folder. Now, as you can see, I have more than one because I have parentheses around the one. So I can still download it, but it's telling me I would have multiple copies. Okay? And so you would download it. And it will download as a zip folder, compressed zip folder. So I click save, and as you can see, it is downloading. Once it is finished, it will show me that it is done. Now, I've done it, it's downloaded. I am done with this screen. So I'm in the process of elimination. I am going to remove this screen. Okay? I'm going to go back to my GitHub personal, and I want to go back to my desktop because I want to go back to the cat. Actually, I want to go back to my folder where all of my documents are located, my documents, and I am using Windows 7. So I'm in my documents, and as you can see, here are folders. You got GitHub, we got downloads. Here is the folder. Here's today's date 1, that's the old one. Here's today's date, where today should be, it is the 3rd. This is the folder that I just downloaded. Okay? Since I already have it downloaded, I'm going to extract this folder. So since I already have it extracted, the process of extraction you're going to use, if you have Windows 7, you can click extract, right click on the actual zip folder and right click on it, extract all. When you click extract all, you can tell it where you want it to go. Here it's asking me where I would like for the information for this folder to go. I don't want duplicate information in the same folder. So I'm going to put mine in another folder, if you don't mind. I'm going to put mine on the desktop because, in fact, I already have it in this folder. So here I put it. Matter of fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to change it. I'm going to put it where you got it, where you need to put it. I'm going to go back to my document, which makes sense. Which makes sense. Go back to my documents. Computer.
So if we already have this, should we still be
No,
going?
no. I'm reviewing. This is review. You're writing it down. So we're going to do more web pages like this. So this is good practice. That makes it. You know, I'll stay here where I'm at. I'm gonna stay where I'm at. So I'm in my desktop, and I'm going to extract. So I've extracted it. It went to my desktop. So it's telling me where it went, and it's here. Okay?
Okay, maybe okay, mine is on my document.
You already have it. You don't need to re-download it.
Okay,
We're just going through the process. This is our review.
so, and if you try to download it in that document folder, right?
You would I download to my documents folder, and I give it another name. So that she asked a great question. I would download it to my documents folder, and I would give it another name. Because what we want is the contents inside the folder, not necessarily the folder itself. And we're going to go in there and what I call go fishing. Okay? So everybody, you don't have to redo this. You already have done it. This is for review and those who haven't done it. So the process yours is making sure your notes match what I'm doing on the screen. Because the next website we do, you're going to be doing it from your notes. I've already given you a documented copy from the lesson 2. This is the same exact process. But sometimes it works out better when you put it in our own hand and we can write it. So we have it, we found it, we've done it all. The very next step that you need to do. So I'm in GitHub. I would like for you to go inside that folder that you unzipped. Go inside of it. I renamed mine. So here it is right here. I renamed mine. You notice that we don't have an index page. We're going to need an index page. I'm sorry, an images folder. We don't have one. And we don't want our images all over the place. We're going to put one here, but we're not going to do it now because I want to show you how to add an images folder in case you need one. So here we have all this information. I'm going to copy everything that's in here. Control A, which copies off, or Command A if you have a Mac. And I am going to copy all this information. And I am going to go back to my documents and go inside the GitHub folder, and you see personal 3, am I correct? Everybody sees personal 3. Once I go inside personal 3, I'm just going to paste everything that I copied that was outside. You notice I said don't do a README? Look what we have here. We now have a README. Any questions so far? Okay? Once we have that, I am going to minimize this window. I'm going to minimize that window, and I am going to, in fact, go back to the AutoCAD and look what happened. Because remember, you have to be highlighting on your personal 3 page, and look what happened. I have all of the pages that I edit are here. Now they asked me for a summary. To do a summary here, to tell what I did, I added pages to it. So here I'm going, there's 2 ways to do this. I'm going to show you the long way. And the next website, I'm going to show you a shorter way. A way to somewhere, and then come back. The way we're going to do it now, we're going to upload the master page and the GH Pages page. Huh? I did.
So that's the GitHub program right
Oh,
right
wow,
there,
maybe it's the
right?
battery.
Yes. Because it said I'm still live. I still see the screen.
No, I still see it on here.
Okay.
Next to get all better.
See if you just you.
It came back on.
Okay. So here I'm going to write how I added the web folders and files. Now, if I had a longer description, I wouldn't write it here. I would write it in description. I don't have, or I could just have given it a title and wrote the description here. Either way, it's still going to tell me the same information. But just to cover it, I'm just going to copy it and paste it there too. So now you notice it says in blue, commit to master. It was shouted out, right? Now it's not. I'm going to commit to master. So it says no changes. Let's look at my history. So in my history, it says I added all of this. So that's the first step in, we've come to quite a few steps in the process of creating the page. Now, I'm going back to changes. There are no changes. I'm going to create a fork. And in this fork, I'm going from the master branch. So whatever I do here is going to be created from what I've already done. Does that make sense? So what I'd like for you to do is go up, and we have this. You had history. Click the button changes first. Everybody with me? Question?
No, I'm just not with you, but mine's loading. So go on.
Okay. You sure?
Go on.
Let's stay with your notes.
Yep.
Okay? So here, there's a fork. You see this fork? Click that fork. Click that fork and type GH dash pages. Notice I have that blue highlight. It came up again. If you don't follow the steps correctly, it will not turn blue. And then you will be frustrated. We just got to make sure we follow the steps as they ask. It says, create new branch. Yes. So I created a new branch. Look what happened. At the very top, it says now it's GH Pages. Update from master. Master, here's my new branch, GH Pages. No changes there. So now, I can in fact, and because my screen's pretty big, I can now do what's known as a push. So I click push. Look at the blue bar going across the top. That bar gets to moving, we're cooking with grease. If that bar is not moving, then there's possibly something I did wrong. So the sync came back. Notice sync came back, correct? So sync came back. So I'm going to go back to the site where we get started our work on the internet. I'm back up on the internet now. We're going from the cat to the internet. Didn't close anything. I just went from the cat to the internet. You're still open?
It don't say personal credit. I'm just going through the motions. I'm up there with the GitHub and stuff.
Okay.
My GitHub isn't, I can't get it to go, and it keeps getting stuck.
Okay. Well, just take notes and then we'll go back
Okay.
and work with you all. So once we do that, you don't see any of the work we've done, do you? You don't see any of that. But watch. What we want to do is just refresh the page. Once we refresh the page, voila, all your work is there. Notice when we did that, when I created the new branch, the master didn't come, did it? I did the shortcut anyway. Because you don't need, you got the master on your main computer. And a lot of times we make a mistake of actually writing to the master, and we'll do all that work, and then we can't do anything. So notice I have one branch, it says one commit, and all the pages are here. I have CSS, fonts, JavaScript, my license, my README, my index page. So that was everything we downloaded. But we're not quite done yet. Because now I need to make this a web page. So I asked you to open up another window, did I not? Now one of the things I want you to pay real close attention to. We have our username and we have the name of our repository. Those two things are key. Here, I also told you, I spelled web, revising our personal web pager, and as Barbara told me, I had an R on the end of that, right? That's spelled wrong. And hey, some of you guys, you know me, I didn't do well in spelling in school, but some of you do real well, and that would just tear you up. You couldn't sleep at night. So, how do you fix all this? How do I turn this into a web page? First and foremost, we're going to create the web page. When we create this, this will be a live working website. That means you could actually take this link and email it to your friends, and they could see this on Yahoo, Google Chrome, the whole 9 yards. It's a live website. So first and foremost, we're going to go and we're going to go here. Now remember these two things: username, how it's spelled, and the repository name, how it's spelled. Do not deviate from those two. We're going to go to page generator where it says GitHub username. I have to use a capital N, K-C-U-R-L-E-T-T, not a lowercase, or you're going to get error. The repository name is what? For me, personal 3. What's the landing page called?
Index.html.
The index page. So that's what we want, index. It looks like the preview, right? So now I have a web page. Notice it's named, notice it's named after me. Now even though I did it with an uppercase N, it gave it as a lowercase, didn't it? That ain't my problem. My problem was typing it in right so it could find it. It's the page generator job is to rename this page, not mine. So now I have 2 more steps to do. The first step, I want to go inside the address bar and just click. And I want to copy, Control-C, that web address. Next, I'm going back to my GitHub page. And I am going to, now here's where I make all these corrections I was telling you all about. I will click the word edit.
Could you?
Go back.
Yes.
Oops. You see how I did that? See how I did that? I went all the way back, didn't I? Click the OctiCat, and it's a good thing to know. And when I click the OctiCat, I can go back to personal. I'm right there back at them.
Personal 3.
Personal 3. Thank you.
Okay.
If it ever get there. Anyway.
So when you copy, oh, is that what we're at?
I copied
That.
the name of my webpage. It generated this.
Okay.
I copied that.
Okay.
I did Control-C.
Control-C, okay.
And I went back to the original page where we're working.
So you copied the web address.
Correct. Okay? So I copied the web address, and I came here and I clicked, look where I'm at. Here's my username, my repository name. I came down where it says revising our personal web pager. See the word edit? I click the word edit. Once I click the word description. So now I can change it. Once you make all those changes and you paste that web address in there, All you need to do is click save. What if I want to put some images on my website? Now, one of the things that I could do, I could go to index, I could open it and upload some pictures to the index, or just, I'm sorry, not open index. I could just click, I could go in here and just click create new file, and I could just go and get some pictures and put them there. But I like to have some order to my website. I don't want to be all over the place. What the heck did it do? I'm sorry, not create new file. I want to upload file. Catch me when I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Upload new file. I could go here and I could upload, I could choose a file. Let's say here I'm in my documents. Let's say that there's something I wanted to upload. I could upload a file, say a picture. I don't have very many pictures. Let's say I wanted to upload a picture, Computer Village logo. So I uploaded it, and here's the Computer Village logo, JPG. Commit change. There's Computer Village logo. But here's the problem with that. What if I got a lot of pictures? They would be all over the place, right?
You want a folder?
That's correct. I'd like a folder. But you can't add a folder here. So I have to go back to my cat. I have to go back to the cat. And I'm here. So I'm in Personal 3 still, am I correct? So I also need to go back to where I house my folder. I'm here. There is no folder in Personal 3, correct? I want to add a new folder, and I'm going to name it Images. Now here's the one thing that I'm going to tell you got to do with GitHub. You got to put at least one picture in there. You can't upload just an empty folder. I haven't seen it work yet.
What if you did that before you added all of them to the...
I could have, because I knew what I was going to do.
Okay.
The reason I'm showing you how to do this, so that if you need to add other folders, what if you needed a folder for just PDF documents? What if you need to add a folder for different types of movies, movie genres, and you were having movies? So here, I'm showing you how to add a folder to your page. So now I've added the folder. I'm going to minimize this. So here, I've added the folder, correct? So I want to go to my GH pages. This says master. Review the GH pages branch. Say history. You notice, let's scroll. Let's see the history. Is anything there? No. But if I go back to personal, it says how I added. And I want to get it right. You say what? Yours doesn't say what? Huh?
It doesn't say add a phone.
Mine doesn't either.
Oh.
Mine doesn't either. I'm going to show you how I added a folder. So here I added a folder.
So did you add a folder to under documents?
Under the folder, I added the folder. I went back to this.
The unzipped folder.
This is not unzipped. Yes, the unzipped folder. The unzipped folder. And here is where I have it. And I said that I needed to add what to it?
Images.
Some image from somewhere. So I only have one picture. So I'm going to copy this one picture I got. I'm going to copy this one picture I got, go back to my documents, go back inside GitHub, go inside personal, go inside images, and I am going to paste that image. Okay? So I put a picture in there, basically. That's what I did.
What would be adding a PDF file? Do you have to add
Same
like
thing,
a
same
simple
process.
PDF? Or could you just put a folder and it says PDF files? You know what I'm saying?
Yes. To all of those questions, all those statements.
Okay. This GitHub is like totally slowing my computer down. I can't.
Okay.
I mean,
But you understand what I'm saying?
I understand 90% of it.
Okay, then good. We're making headway.
All right,
So,
Chuck.
so
Okay.
you copied that,
Hold on, he was first.
I'm just still since we moved down, we copy pasted to get we want to live. He said that 17 files is probably going in this direction.
Okay, you guys, you got too many. Okay, I got to help you with that. All right. All right. So, those of you with slower computers, we're just gonna have to work with you on an individual basis. So now I'll put an image in that picture. So now when I go back to my documents in my GitHub, so it's in my GitHub, it's in my personal 3, so that's where it's at. When I go back to my cat, go back to changes, you see now, remember when I didn't have an image in there was nothing showing, and it didn't reflect my changes. I put an image in there, just one, it reflected my changes. Do we understand?
Okay, can I follow up on the question I just asked? So if you want to create a folder in there, PDFs, can you just put a name, or do you have to have that type of file in the folder for it to upload when you do that?
If you're uploading a PDF folder,
It doesn't
why
have-
wouldn't you put a PDF file in there?
Because maybe I'm gonna find it later.
Okay, let me slow this down real slow.
Go ahead.
A folder. Did you see me rename any folders?
No. Well, didn't you
No,
create
I
an
did
image?
not. I created them down on the desktop. This is not as user-friendly as a regular web domain.
Well, that's what I meant. So if I go to the unzip file and I'm
No,
like,
is the answer.
okay.
No. Upload the folder as you need it to be. And put at least one item in the folder. That make sense? Okay. So now, go ahead.
you have 2 images and
I don't have 2 images. I copied that folder. It brought along a thumbnail. It brought the thumbnail with it. When I copied it, it brought the thumbnail. I don't know why it does that, but it did.
So,
It's only one image in that folder.
okay, so I only have one, mine just say 1 image.
That's all you have.
Okay,
That's all we're doing, one.
okay.
Okay? Once we did it, it's asking me for a summary. So added image folder. So I'm giving it a summary, gave it a description, committed to the GH pages. I still must sync. Whatever you do on your desktop, the folder in GitHub does not see it yet. So now I have one last step to do. I have to sync again. You see my blue bar going across the screen? Once I sync, it's add that image, and when that little pinwheel quits turning, I'm done. Look what it's done. It's showing me every step along the way where I've added something. I can click history, and in my history, here's what Barb, you and Diane both were talking about. Here's what showed me what I did. Here's all the steps that I've done. Since we started, 23 minutes ago, I added web folders. 7 minutes ago, I uploaded. Another minute ago, I just added that image folder. So I've done all those steps. I come to this page. You don't see an image folder, do you? But look what happens when I refresh the page.
Right.
So now I have the images folder. So now I have a place for my images. That's why I took it, because the web page you did does not have any images, an image folder on it. Question? I know we got 2 to help. Mom, you okay? Christian, you look like you got it.
They're not.
Mohammed, you got it? Okay, Mr. Anthony, you and Selena, Barbie, you okay?
There's one step I didn't understand that you did.
Okay. And what step is that?
That was changing the web pager part of it. I was trying to
It was this page here.
It was where you had, how to get the R off of web page.
Okay. All right, she asked a real great question. She asked, how did I get the R off my webpage? I went to this button right here,
Okay.
edit, and
So
I
you can
edited.
edit that and get them.
Yes,
Okay. You can revise the URL.
this is not the URL.
I thought that's what it-
This is not the URL.
Okay.
That's the URL.
Okay.
This is, it says what it is right here.
Okay.
It's the description. Since I made no changes, I can cancel that. So it said I made 3 commits to the 1 branch.
Well, when you first put it in, it wasn't in the URL, so that's why it
It's
wasn't.
never been in the URL.
Okay. Gotcha.
URL was never there. I created the URL with this process. That's just the description. URL has a link. See how it gives a link? This is just a description of what the web page consists of. Questions? All right. I want to stop the stream for just a minute.